Hey guys. Alright, well, I'm gonna do these as a series, I think, because I'm not doing the normal van life. So, I'm not going around and I'm not gonna be able to make it some cool videos. My van's pretty much pre built, so I don't have a build video. Come summer, I'll be doing trips and stuff like that. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Um, but I've been noticing a lot on the van life pages. There's a lot of questions and stuff. Like my last video was a question that was posed. And you know what? I don't know if there's info on it, so I figured I'd just do a video on it. So there's a question this guy posted, and he's like, "Do you think as van life's living the van life or being a nomad that we have a better chance of not dealing with the coronavirus because we're not dealing with people all the time?" And what should he do? Well, the coronavirus in itself is a whole deep dealing ordeal. I don't want to get into the whole back lot of it, but it's pretty much proven as a man-made virus that was put out, and it's going to be a way to basically take over the government. We're all basically going to be screwed. If you actually do a lot of research on it and look at the deaths and everything else, you'll see it's only really targeted older people that need medical attention more often, or people that have medical conditions, not the kids or younger people. That means it was genetically altered. Just saying. But for quarantine and all this stuff that's going to be coming up, as most of you probably know, we're in a national state of emergency right now. Italy's already locked down. China's been locked down. Blah, 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 blah. It's just a fucking flu, people. And I don't understand why your survival tool is toilet paper. Way more things you can buy other than toilet paper. Just putting that out there. For being safer once everybody gets put in lockdown. Now, when you're told you are no longer allowed to go to work or you're no longer allowed to leave your house, as van life people or nomads, and we live in our vehicles, that's not good. We're not supposed to be living in our vehicles according to the system. So, your best bet is you're going to need to bug out. And if you don't know what bug out is, I would start doing some research. You should have a bug out bag in your van already, or at least a 72-hour bag, which is going to have fire starting tools. It's going to have stuff to make a shelter, saws. It's going to have stuff that you're going to need to survive out in the woods. And you should have some basic skills on how to build a shelter, how to build a fire in any condition, foraging for food, all that type of stuff. They sell books on foraging for whatever climate that you're in. You should probably get some of those. Learn how to build shelters. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming down. Now, if staying in your van and you don't bug out and you think you're going to be safe parking somewhere in town or in a street or wherever, once they start rolling the National Guard and they start rolling the military up and down the streets, making sure everybody's staying in their houses and everybody's quarantined, and they find you in your vehicle, they're going to give you, they'll tell you, because we're under quarantine, you look like you had the virus. Even though you don't, but you look like it. You're going to have to come with us. Or they're going to tell you, come with us and we'll help you, and they will bring you to a FEMA safe place, which will probably be either an old Walmart, an old Target, Walgreens, CVS, all the ones that Trump was with yesterday talking about. All we're going to have to drive through testing sites. If you guys didn't know this, the head guy at Walmart is ex-Pentagon, like Pentagon brass. and now he runs Walmart. And if you change the letters around on Walmart, it spells martial law, but not the point. If you've ever noticed, Walmart set up like a prison. The garden center that's got the cage around the outside of it for all the flowers with the barbed wire going across the top of it, that's a prison rec yard. You look at the inside of it, it looks like a prison. It's set up like a prison. It wouldn't take much. But they'll pull you in saying, oh, we'll give you this vaccine. Don't take the vaccine either. The vaccine is just going to be another part that's going to add into it that's going to actually screw you. But they're going to take this vaccine, or we're going to give you some food. We'll give you a warm place to stay. We'll give you what. Nothing is free in life, people. Obama, when he was president, made a bunch of guillotines. You can look it up. You can find out the information on it. Every time FEMA goes in, it's not good for the U.S. population. The disease itself has been spun up because they're using propaganda through the news. If you look at all the news channels, they're all basically saying the same thing. And it's fear porn to scare you. Obama also repealed the Smith-Month Act, which made it so they could use social media, they could use TV, they can use radio for propaganda purposes against the U.S. population. So all they have to do is feed you some fear porn, stir the pot a little bit, and see what works. If you ever notice, we have a flu every year. This is the first one that's, I guess, apparently caught on because they told you it wiped out a bunch of people in China. Do any of us really know if it wiped out a bunch of people in China? Do you? I don't know. I physically wasn't there. If you were physically there, do you know? Questions you have to ask because they give us the information that we know. So, interesting. But if you're in a van, you're going to want to get out. You're going to want to get out of the cities. You're going to want to get as far out into the woods or countryside as you can. If you have family, go stay with your family. Don't just be sitting in your van hoping for the best. You're going to want to get off grid, boondocking, whatever you want to call it. Have food. Have water. I recommend at least a rifle, maybe a pistol. Even some of the new high-power pellet guns. I mean, something you can take out a rabbit with, or take out a raccoon. Not the best eating in the world, but eating's eating versus starving. Do some research on YouTube if you don't know how to do it. How to skin an animal. How to gut an animal. Things you have to do so you can survive. Get some fishing gear if you're around water. I recommend Sawyer mini water filters. I have 2 or 3 of them kicking around. They do 100 million gallons each. They have a system that comes with them to clean them out. Get some decent screw top bottles, like soda top bottles. So some empty bottles of soda or whatever. Keep them clean. Get a thing of bleach, a little bit of bleach every now and then, clean the bottles out, and keep them sanitary. You're going to be on your own during this, so you need to keep that in mind. And the government shutting down and everything else, and people are like, well, I'm still going to be able to go to work. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'd be willing to almost put money on it. Sure, you might have a job that is still open, and you are still able to go to work. And the other people are going to be on unemployment, supposedly. Well, if the federal government is shut down, as they are doing, most banks are federally run. That's why they take federal holidays off. Yeah, you didn't think of that one, did you? So if the banks are closed for a quarantine, let's see, unemployment, that is also federal. There's not going to be anybody there to go on unemployment. And even if there was, how are you getting a check? Because the post office is federal. So the post office will be closed too. You see where this is going? Prepare. Get all the stuff you're going to need. Get food. Get ways to start fire. Learn some skills. Don't just buy toilet paper. Seriously, don't just buy toilet paper. If you have dogs, get an extra thing of dog food. You're going to have to step it up. If you're using gallon jugs of water, I recommend going to Lowe's. They have a manual water pump that goes on top of one of those 4 to 6 gallon water cooler tanks. You don't have to flip the tank over, so you leave it sitting up and it actually hooks to the top of it. And you just slide it in, you lock it in place, and it's got a pump on it, and you can use it to get water out that way. I bought one. The thing works awesome. You can pick up the 4.5 gallon jugs, like at Hannaford here, for like $4.50. You're gonna want at least, they're saying 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month. Figure out how much water you use normally during a week. Like I go through 2 to 3 gallons a week because of Molly and cooking and stuff. So figure out how much you're going to need. Get 4 or 5 of them. Find a way to store them somewhere. Even if you have to have a drop spot where you can drop this stuff, leave it, head out, go back, and pick it up when you need it. Again, somewhere in the woods, somewhere out, somewhere where you can be safe. This is just the start of a really rocky road. Do what you can. Don't fall for the hype. This is the starts of Agenda 21 and Agenda 30. It's been written on the Georgia Guidestones years ago. It has been in the Nostradamus Chronicles. It was in Dolores something or other that translated Nostradamus. There's a newer person that does it. It's called, his name's Naughty Beaver. Check out his channel. He's got some really good info on there. Also goes back along with the Hopi prophecies. So we're talking, this has been in the works for a while. It's not just something random. This has been called, this is what's going to happen. The more people have fear and the more people freak out, people manifest their own realities. And if you follow along and march and freak out, you're lowering your vibration and you are manifesting a bad reality. Take time with your family if you can. If you don't have family, make yourself comfortable. You're in for the long haul right now. That's about the best I can tell you about the coronavirus and what you should do during the coronavirus. No, it was made. There's enough proof out there saying it was made that it's a biological weapon and it was released. And I'd almost be willing to bet, to add to the top of this coming up, since Tom Hanks has it and a couple other people, one of the movie stars that has it, or someone big that everybody knows, will end up dying from this. That way they can make it freak people out even more. I will put money on it. They're probably not going to die. They're just going to make it look like they die. It's going to be like Epstein. Okay? Or Hitler when he disappeared, and now they have a show called Finding Hitler, and there's proof that he wasn't killed. It's coming. And they're going to use everything they can to keep people freaked out and want to stay at home and not want to fight back against this. Be safe. That's the best I can say. Don't put yourself into a place where you're going to have to end up following in line, doing what they want. Because there will be a point where there's a guy with a gun telling you need to do this, and you're going to either have to make a choice. You're either going to have to do this, or the alternative. Well, at least you won't have to deal with this anymore. That's the truth. It's rough. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. What's going to happen is going to happen. We're just here for the ride. You're not going to be able to fight back against it. The best thing you can do to fight back against it, stay positive and don't fall for it. The more you stay positive, the higher you raise your vibration, you will manifest a different reality. Don't let this be part of your reality. That's the best info I can tell you. I know it probably sounds crazy as shit, but we all have power inside of us. It's just how we've been brainwashed to use the power to let them continue on using their soft, cushy lives while we all suffer. The more positive you are, the more you concentrate on this not bothering you and not causing you issues, it won't cause you issues. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I hope I won't have to do another video like this again.